Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about whether it's still worth purchasing a GTX 1650 laptop today in 2021. Before we get into the video, if you're interested in more of this type of content and also want to support the channel, feel free to click that red subscribe button down below this video. Less than 2% of my viewers are subscribers, so if you're feeling generous today and want to subscribe, that would help me a lot. So with that said, GTX 1650 laptops can range from the price of $400, which is a Black Friday deal, up to $700, which I would still consider a good price at the current time of this recording. So that's just an idea of what you should expect when making a purchase of a GTX 1650 laptop. If you're paying any more than $700 or $800 on a GTX 1650 laptop, then in my opinion, I think that's overpriced. In addition, another thing you should consider before making a purchase on a GTX 1650 laptop is that the laptop that you're about to make a purchase of is most likely going to be the company's lower end tier of their laptop series. If you take Dell for example, their higher end tier of their laptops is Alienware. But in the Alienware series laptops, there isn't a single model that has a GTX 1650 GPU in it. And if there was somehow a configuration that allowed you to choose a GTX 1650 in an Alienware laptop, then it would be severely overpriced. So keep in mind when you're making a jump from a medium end GPU laptop like a GTX 1660 Ti or a RTX 2060 down to a GTX 1650 laptop, you're not only going to skimp out on the GPU itself, but you're also going to skimp out on other specs of the laptop as well, which includes but not limited to the display, RAM, build quality, or even the processor. This is all expected, however, because companies naturally use lower end components along with lower end GPUs, try to pack them all into one low price. You also won't really need a very high quality screen if your GPU isn't very powerful in the first place to be capable of showcasing it properly. And for those who don't know much about the memory or the RAM in a laptop and how it works, it's actually very important. Some GTX 1650 laptops, not all of them, but some have limitations to only single channel memory configurations. So you won't be able to take advantage of dual channel if you pick up one of those laptops. If you want to know whether the laptop has a single channel or a dual channel configuration, you can look in the specs section of the laptop and see how much memory sticks are installed in the laptop. If it says only one, then it's single channel. If it says two, then it's dual channel. A performance improvement in FPS from upgrading from single channel to dual channel is pretty noticeable. It would be considered a deal breaker for me to get a gaming laptop that does not support a dual channel memory configuration. For the display, it's pretty straightforward. The refresh rate of the display on a GTX 1650 laptop is likely going to be 60 Hz because the GTX 1650 isn't really capable of running games at 144 FPS consistent at max settings at those new AAA titles, so you really can't expect much on the display. Now, I'm not saying that the GTX 1650 is a bad GPU. It's still a lot more worth it than the GTX 1650 Ti, which I will discuss later on in this video. It still gets the job done for gaming. In fact, the Dell G3 I have right now, which has a GTX 1650 and a i5-10300H, which isn't even a very high-end processor, is still able to run a lot of AAA games at consistent 60 FPS, 1080p resolution. And if you're planning to play older titles or even non-AAA games, then you can get even higher FPS. Now, when we compare the GTX 1650 to other medium-end laptop GPUs, it lags very far behind in gaming performance. I also have the Lenovo Legion 5, which has an R7 4800H paired with the GTX 1660 Ti. When I compared these two laptops' performance and benchmarked both of them, I noticed that the difference was around 50% on average in the games I've tested, which for a sense of scale is significant. The RTX 2060 GPU in laptops performs slightly better than the GTX 1660 Ti, so you could use these results as a similar indication for what you may expect on an RTX 2060 gaming laptop. Now, a question you may be asking right now is, what about the GTX 1650 Ti? Is it worth considering paying slightly more to get the GTX 1650 Ti instead of the GTX 1650 laptop? My answer to this question is no, because this GTX 1650 Ti actually only performs a tiny bit faster than the GTX 1650, and many benchmarks from other YouTubers who have tested it in the past. The performance boost you get is around 6% on average in games, and Nvidia really only changed the power limit for the GTX 1650 Ti. And in other words, it's pretty much a scam, so you don't really have to worry about the GTX 1650 Ti. I'd rather lean toward a GTX 1650 laptop in this case instead. Now here comes my conclusion on whether it's worth considering making a purchase on the GTX 1650 gaming laptop right now in 2021. That really depends on how severely limited your budget is. Like I said before earlier in this video, the GTX 1650 isn't really a deal breaker. It still gets the job done and is able to run AAA games at a stable 60 FPS, even if you have to lower the settings. So if you really can't spend any more than $700, then the GTX 1650 laptop is perfectly fine for you. However, if you're able to spend a little more, or if you could save up more, then I recommend looking for a more higher end laptop, like the GTX 1660 Ti, RTX 2060, or maybe even a 3060 laptop, because you're not really taking advantage of your budget if you purchase a GTX 1650 laptop but you're able to afford a medium end or a higher end gaming laptop. A higher end gaming laptop generally will have a better longevity than a GTX 1650 laptop because of the build quality difference. RTX 3060 laptops aren't as expensive as you think. You can get some really good ones for around $1,000, so it may be worthwhile to save up. In the end, you really should just ask yourself, am I willing to skimp out a significant amount of performance along with many other features to just save a couple $100s? So that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you found it helpful, why not drop a like? That helps me out. If you have questions about stuff I have not answered in this video, feel free to drop a comment down below, and I'll try to reply as quick as possible. Here are some videos you may like. I'll see you all in my next one.